Hey guys, Morgan's Maintenance. So today is going to be kind of like a live, except for we're not doing it live, so we can put some stuff on the screen, whether it's pictures, questions, whatever it is. And we're going to do a frequently asked question video. So I get asked a lot of different questions. Sometimes it's in the chat during live, sometimes it's in the comment section, sometimes people email me questions. Miss Maintenance has actually seen a lot of these over the course of time, so she has actually kind of picked out the ones that she feels like are asked the most. But then that way, sometimes whenever I'm asked these questions over and over again, at least now I have a video the same way as I talked about cleaning my tools. You know, I have a video for that now. So whenever somebody says, why are your tools so clean? I'm able to say, here, why don't you go watch that video instead of me typing paragraph after paragraph every single time. So again, that's the idea behind this. We're not going to do a bunch of cutting and editing and all that kind of stuff. It's going to be just like a live kind of, but we just wanted to do it this way so that we can put up pictures and stuff like that, because I can't do that during a live. So we've got some questions about tools that's generally asked. We've got some business questions that's been asked of me, and then also maybe a little bit of personal questions as well. So she's going to be kind of like the question asker. I'm going to be the answerer, and that's what we're going to basically do with that. So I'll turn it over to Miss Maintenance.
Okay. Question number 1 is, what is this handy little thing that's on your Surge, and where can I get one?
Okay, so question that's asked a lot. Basically, any video where I'm using my Surge. I think the warranty video is one where a lot of people ask me. I sent this in for warranty. Where do you get the boot for your Surge, the Milwaukee boot? Well, the part number on this is 49-16-2553. But unfortunately, you're probably not going to be able to find one, because this boot fit the impact for that year. It's like a generation 2, maybe. It might have even been a gen 1 fuel. I'm not real sure what the generation number was on it, but it basically was meant to fit the regular impact, the 1/4 inch impact, but it also fit the 1/4 inch stubby. I bought it at the time and put it on the Surge to see if it would fit. It ended up fitting, and now they actually have a picture here showing that it's actually meant for the Surge as well. But because they no longer make that impact, they no longer make that stubby, they're no longer also making that boot. So it's very hard to find the Milwaukee one. They do have some like third-party ones on Amazon. Also, you can get one from Jersey Discount Tool Company. That's their brand as well. The only chance you probably have of actually finding this Milwaukee one is if you can find it on eBay or something like that. But it is the boot for the 1/4 inch impact driver of the same generation. But again, if you're looking for it, you want to search it on eBay. Part number is 49-16-2553. So that's what that one is.
Okay. Probably the most, out of all the tool type questions, I'd say this is the most common. And it is, what is the big Klein thing that is on your workbench, and where can I get one of those?
Yeah, so especially in the short videos, because in the short videos, it's right up and close right in here. You can see it plain as day, but it's probably been asked, I don't know, 100 times or more at least. Seems like almost every video there's somebody that asks about it. So this is a Klein thermos. I believe that it is a like promotional item that may be like an electrical distributor or something like that. You know, if you go into their stores, sometimes they have, you buy X amount of dollars, you get a barbecue set or an apron or something like that, and a cooler. Well, apparently I think that might have been what this was one year. So unfortunately, you're not going to be able to find it in a store. And again, the same with, I said about the Milwaukee Surge boot. I had to go to eBay to find this. I think I ended up paying like $50 for it, but they range on there from 50 to over $100. Just depends on how you want to buy it. Sometimes they're new in the package. Sometimes they've been used. I bought mine used. I'll go ahead and get up here a little close so you can kind of see it here. Again, it is a thermos. This cup comes off. It's a little cup that you can use. And then basically it's got a little push button right there where you can push that in and out. And it is like a stainless steel type thermos down inside of there. So yes, it is a Klein thermos. Where can you buy it? Pretty much eBay as far as I know. I don't believe you can get it anywhere else. I never have personally used it as a thermos. I bought it specifically for my workbench because I'm a big Klein fan. And, you know, I just personally wanted it. So
Okay.
Miss Maintenance probably didn't know I spent $50 on it. So
No, I did.
oh.
I've heard you say before how much it cost. Okay. Another, you just like large, oversized items, I guess. This is another one that people ask. What is this large nut looking,
Yeah.
wire nut looking thing.
And again, similar.
And where can I
Yeah.
get it?
I actually had this in a tool haul video, I think it was. I got this off Etsy. It is a wire nut holder that it looks like a wire nut, 3D printed. Lots of people on Etsy are selling it. So you can go to, you just search large wire nut and you'll find like 10 or 15 sellers. They even have one bigger than this one. This is the smaller of the two that's the option. They've got one that's like 11 inches tall or something like that, maybe about that big too. So
And how much did this lovely thing cost?
I want to
Was
say
it like 30-ish?
I think it was in the 20s, $20. I think the big one was 30 something or something like that. So I ended up, I don't remember what I got for, because I bought a few other things to get the free shipping and stuff. So
Etsy.
yeah, that's an Etsy thing too. So
Okay. Another question that he gets asked all the time is the blue cabinets,
yeah,
which are behind us.
So I'll
and there's
probably-
another set of them over here that you can't see in the garage. What are the blue cabinets? Where did you get them? All that good stuff.
yeah, I'll put in a little scroll of the cabinets here so that you can kind of be looking at them while I'm talking about it, as far as a cutaway like video. So these, I have no idea what the brand is. I have looked 15 different places, unless it's on the top or something. I didn't pay any attention whenever I was building this workbench. But essentially, I have 4 sets of these. They were double stacked on top of each other. The sets that I have over here have like a countertop material on top. The casters were on this set. The set with the countertop was on top, and they were basically a rolling cabinet system that was inside of a QC lab at a factory that we were doing some work in, doing a remodel. They were going to throw them away, so I brought them home, and I just used them to build my workbench out of. So again, I have no idea. My best guess is going to be that they came from somewhere like Uline or Granger, because typically that's where a factory buys all their kind of officey furniture
But
and
there's
stuff like that.
no brand name
Yeah.
anywhere on them, like inside, outside.
But they are
nothing like
basically just metal drawers. I think I measured them the other day during a video for somebody during a live. I want to say they're 20 inches deep or something like that. Yeah, right around 20, 19 and a half by 34 inches wide. But I can't really answer where I bought them, what brand they are, anything like that, because I got them for free, didn't pay anything for them, and I just made some workbenches
That
out
was
of them.
one of his pack rat items that he brought home off of a job site. Okay, so you also get asked, are you sponsored by fill in the blank? So if you do a video with a bunch of Klein tools, you do a video that has a bunch of Milwaukee stuff, and people assume because you own a certain number of that specific brand that they must sponsor you. So are you sponsored?
Yeah. I'm not sponsored by anybody. Now, if I mark a video paid promotion, and I always say it at the very beginning, if someone sends me something for free, but even if they do send me something, I never accept money from anybody, because typically what I tell them, if they ask me if they want to send me something, I'll say, I'm willing to take it for free, or I will, if I make a video, I'll do it for free if you send me the item for free, but I don't take any money from them. I also typically don't sign up with any affiliate program, because personally, I just don't want to keep track of all of it. I'm an Amazon affiliate, and that's pretty much it. And then if you buy stuff in that YouTube shop button, I'm an affiliate through YouTube in that way. Actually, YouTube is the affiliate person in that case, and then they also will kind of give me a little bit of a kickback on that. But there's no tool company out there that like pays me any sort of money, any sort of fee. I just make the money that I make off you watching the video, whatever it is. And for the most part, any of the big name tools, Milwaukee, Klein has sent me a few things, but very little whatsoever. But all my Milwaukee tools, any other power tool that I have really, I can think of, I have bought with my own money. They're things that I buy for my business anyways. So not
So
sponsored
anything
by
that's
anybody.
marked paid promotion is only because the actual item was sent to him for free. So in his mind, that, whatever that item is worth, that part is free, but it's not necessarily paid as in, well, we're going to pay you to say good things about us or anything like that.
Because the way, and I know most people probably don't do this, because I see a lot of people making videos that I know that they got the item for free, and they never say that it's a paid promotion. It doesn't, it's not marked paid promotion.
I think a lot of people think paid promotion only means they're paying me almost like ad, to make an ad for this. But he, in his mind, and the way he's read the YouTube rules is, anything you received that's worth any value. So even that tool or whatever they sent. So that's why those
Yeah.
are marked paid
The
promotion.
paid promotion box that you check whenever you upload a video says, did you receive anything of value in order for you to be able to make your video? If so, you need to mark it paid promotion. So since I got even though I didn't buy the item and they didn't pay me any money, there was no money that exchanged hands. In my opinion, if somebody sends me something that's worth $50, then I really received a $50 item in order to make my video. So that's why I mark them paid promotion. But again, I'm not sponsored by anybody up to this point right now, but Milwaukee, if you're watching, anytime, or Vito Pro Pack, or Klein Tools, or
Knipex,
anybody.
All of those.
Wouldn't hurt my feelings, but unfortunately, I'm not.
Yeah, or Houdini, or super slick stuff. Okay, so there's also, those are kind of tool questions. We also will get questions about the business. So the question, what do you actually do?
Yeah.
What is your business? What do you do besides make YouTube videos, basically?
Yeah, because since I don't really film a ton of my work yet, hopefully in the long scheme of things, I'll be able to film more. I really only am able to film certain jobs based on a customer and whatever else. So it is pretty hard for people to know exactly what it is I do. So the channel's Morgan's Maintenance. That's actually what my business name is, and everything else as well. And that's because I was actually maintenance. That was my title. That was everything. I was a facilities manager, also a maintenance technician for a place for 20 years, doing everything basically on that campus, from HVAC, plumbing, electrical, everything, remodels of apartments, all sorts of things like that. So that's why whenever I started this channel, it's Morgan's Maintenance, because that's really all I was a worked maintenance within a certain campus. Well, since I've started this channel, I have left there and started my own business, and I still, in my mind, do maintenance work for homeowners and commercial places. A lot of people would call it service work now, though, instead of maintenance work, since I don't really work for that individual or whatever it is. But I also do construction remodels in commercial settings as well. That's kind of my bigger job aspect that I do all the time. And then I fill in with service maintenance work in between those bigger jobs to help fill in the gaps of my time that I have free. So basically interior finish work for the most part. So I do everything from go in and frame the place, hang the drywall, put in insulation, finish the drywall, put in drop ceilings a lot of times, do flooring, LVT, porcelain tile, ceramic tile, carpet tiles. I don't lay like rolled carpet. That's one of the few floorings that I don't do. So again, anything pretty much from the point of finish work from the inside, from start to finish, everything. So I'm a one-person operation where I can go in. If somebody's got a small bathroom or something like that, I can pretty much go in and start to finish, just be done with it as a one-person individual, as long as they're not moving too many things, because that's the one big difference between now as me being my business versus whenever I worked for somebody as a maintenance person. I could do whatever it was they asked me to do, but as my own business with my licensing and all those kinds of things, there are certain things that I'm not allowed to do now as a business owner that I was allowed to do as a maintenance person working for a company and things like that. So for the most part, I don't get into a lot of major electrical, major plumbing, or anything like that, whereas used to I would have done some of those things. But if it's just a remodel situation where it's just changing out things that's already there, I'm able to do that. So that's kind of what I do.
It's not that you couldn't do the major electrical and plumbing. It's that where we live, based on the rules and codes and all that stuff, you just can't. Like there are certain things where if you're going in and adding it all fresh and new, and it's not like a maintaining what's already there. If you're going in and wiring something brand new, you have to have like a master electrician or something like that. But so basically what your day looks like most days, I've got a big main job going on, like a big job that's going on. I go to that big main job and then fill in afternoons with service work.
Yeah.
Typically. There's always one, maybe a couple, 3 big jobs kind of going on. And he runs around between those and then fills in the afternoons with any kind of service work where somebody's called and said they have a problem at their house, or they, little things that their house.
And there's also certain things that I don't do now as a business owner due to insurance purposes because for example, roof work, for me to get up on somebody's roof and do roof repairs, I have to have a different set of insurance to cover myself.
Right.
And it costs me way too much money for the amount of people who are going to ask me to do it. So that's one of those things where I have to look at my business over the course of the year. Am I going to make enough money doing that to make it worth adding that kind of add-on into my insurance? And sometimes certain things aren't. So there's certain things I don't do now that I'm capable of doing. I just choose not to do it because it's not worth it for my insurance.
Okay. So the other business question, once people figure out that you own your own business, is how do you get customers?
Yeah. So a lot of people have asked me, do you have Jobber, or I don't even, that's the one that sticks in my brain.
Angie's List, some of that type of
that's
stuff.
the kind of stuff I hear on YouTube all the time is Jobber, and I'm trying to even think of what the other ones are now. But Angie's List called me, and they bug the fire out of me all the time,
like trying to get
up. Me. No, they still call me like once or twice a week.
I don't think they call like they were at one time.
I have enough business to where I'm never looking for work, so I'm not like, I don't need to sign up for a company where I'm going to get charged money for them to give me leads for whenever I'm already turning down work now because I've got too much.
You have enough repeat customers and customers that you don't necessarily need to go out and get strangers.
Yeah.
And even if it's not customers that he knows, it's people, it's one person removed from, I did work for this person. They gave my name to their neighbor or to their coworker or somebody that they know. And so typically it's kind of like a big circle of people that are local that we sort of know. And there's enough of that to keep you busy.
Yeah. So that is how I get my business, is just 100% word of mouth. One customer gives my name to another customer. I don't have my phone number on the side of my truck. I have some business cards. I have probably handed out 10 of them since I started my business.
What did you buy, 100 when you started your business? And they came in a big stack like this, and we still have a big stack of business cards like this.
And they're really the only time I've even handed those out is because I was giving somebody my email address, and it was easier for me to give that to them because they didn't have a pen or whatever it was. So word of mouth, 100%. And I like that because every customer that I get, whether it's a new customer or somebody's giving my name out to somebody else, that means there's that person I've already done work for. The expectation of the kind of work that I do is already there. The expectation of what I'm going to charge is kind of already there. But, there's already a built-in trust in a little bit of a ways because typically people are going to be very similar with their friends and family in the way they deal with people a lot of times. That's not always the case. You can get an oddball that somebody sends you their name and then you go work for them. You're like, oh, I'd just soon never work for them again. But typically people hang out with the same kind of people. So if you've done some work for this person and you like them as a customer and they paid you and everything seemed to go well, pretty good chance that one of their friends, if you go do work for them, it's going to be the same type of experience. So that's what I really like to do. For my business.
Well, and the thing about just getting random people and just putting a phone number everywhere, because I know that's what a lot of people think. If you were starting your own business, you got to get your name out there, you got to get your number out there, but then you end up chasing your tail, basically just doing free estimates for everybody who never ends up actually doing the job. I think there's so many people that they just want you to come out to their house and tell them what it would cost to do some dream project that they have in their mind that they never end up doing. Mm-hmm. And then you spend so much time. So instead, it's people who, and even before he went out on his own, he had started doing some side work for people. And so those people have stayed customers and stuff like that too. Okay. Now,
that's the question I gave you to ask me.
There are questions over here in front of us, legitimate questions. And then I just looked down here and I was like, what is this? Is it easier to get business because you're attractive?
Absolutely it is. I put that down there so you asked me
whenever I saw that, I was like, wait a second, what is this?
I'd have to tell y'all that I've been asked this question a bunch in emails mostly. It's never nothing that you all would ever be able to see. So
nothing anybody's
I get emails
seen.
every day about this.
Okay.
But basically, if I go bid a job over the phone, there's a 50-50 shot I might get it. but every time I've ever shown up in person, they hire me right on the spot.
Male or female?
Doesn't matter.
Either one.
I'm that good looking.
Either
It doesn't
one.
matter.
Okay. Yeah, that one threw me. Is it easier to get business because you're attractive? Okay. Moving on to actual questions that you do get asked. So a couple personal questions that we get comments and on lives a lot. It gets mentioned is, and I think the way one person said it is your wife significantly younger than you?
You sure you didn't write that down? That
I
seems
did
like
not.
that might have been a you question.
I did not. It was asked specifically.
But no, actually, everywhere we go, like if we go to even another church or we go somewhere around just general people,
maybe people who don't see us all the time.
There's a lot of people where they think she's my daughter a lot of times, but we're actually only 2 weeks apart.
Yeah, and he is 2 weeks older.
Yeah, I am a little bit older, but not 40 years older like most people think. I guess.
I think some people guess. Well, what'd the one guy guess? The one guy said he's got him a young wife.
50 and
what
20
is he?
Something.
Yeah, what are they? 50 and 20, so that'd be a 30-year difference. I don't think you look 50, and I don't think I look 20, but we are actually 44 until this summer when we both have a birthday. But yeah, I am not significantly younger than he is. We actually graduated together. Okay, another question we get because of our accents, I'm assuming, is where are you from?
Yeah, so we are from Kentucky. Lived here my whole life. Because I've even had some people say my accent is the detriment of my channel.
Oh, there were a couple people.
I think I mentioned that in the trails that the way I speak, it's like, oh, your channel's not ever going to grow if you keep talking the way that you talk. Those kind of phrases. Yeah. I'm just like,
and he
I had nothing I can do about that.
Yeah, I can't change that. So,
and we're actually not as country sounding as what a lot of people around us actually are, in my opinion. But that's not hearing myself. That's me hearing them. And we all sound different to ourselves, even though, especially like if you talk to on the video, like what we're doing now, I remember the first time I went back and watched the first time I recorded something.
Do I actually sound like that? Oh my goodness. But no, I would say generally the people who live around us are more what I would call country than what we are. I mean, I hear it. I know we have it, but that twang, as they say, but yeah, we do. People ask that a lot. They say, where are you from? And I think that's why they ask, is because of the accent. So that's all the ones that I could think of that I see on a pretty regular basis. And we had just been talking about, we were calling it frequently asked questions, so that he could just send people to the video and they could get the answer to their
because
questions.
There's some times where, like, I mean, I'll go ahead and answer somebody, hey, what is that Surge boot, or where'd you get that Klein thermos? I'll answer them and say, here's a video where I answered that. But sometimes I can't remember that Surge model number and I have to look it up every time. I'm just like, man, it takes me a while to find it. There's just a lot of times where I'm just going to be like, hey, there's this video right here, because sometimes I'm in the middle of working and that's just an easier answer for me to give somebody. Because again, I try to respond to everybody's comments. That's getting harder and harder, the more subscribers and the more things like that. But that's the whole purpose of the channel to me. I'm going to still try my hardest to always 100% comment and respond to everything.
If a lot of people have asked these and you see them on a regular basis, to me, it means there's probably a lot of other people out there who might have these same questions and they just haven't bothered to ask or put it in the comment section. So if you're watching this and you thought, well, I've always wondered what that thing is on the workbench, I just never asked. Well, now you know.
Yeah.
Because a lot of other people did ask.
And then maybe you all have some other questions. You can put that in the comments below. Maybe we'll do this again sometime. We've also talked about, just because we both love looking at memes and stuff like that, I think we're going to do, and that's why we're kind of trying this out as well. That's why I even made a intro, Morgan's ×2 maintenance with Miss Maintenance. I think I'm going to pick out some memes. She's going to pick out some memes that kind of deal with tools and construction and just the kind of work that I do and stuff like that. And she'll have some and I'll have some, and we'll show them to each other and just get our reactions to them and stuff like that. So we're thinking about maybe doing that in the future too. But we just decided we was going to come out and do this, give it a shot, see how it goes. Going to go in and do some editing and see how this all works out in the end. Again, it's kind of just like how we normally do a live, except for we're filming it so we can put some stuff up on the screen, because you can't do that during a live. So,
but I don't know how much editing we're going to do. I told him we'll just keep this raw and uncut, so we'll see. Maybe you'll see some behind the scenes things.
Yeah, we'll have to edit out. There's a few times where I got a phone call and a few times where some loud cars went by. So there'll be some cuts here and there, but for the most part, it's just going to be right on through. But hope y'all found this interesting. Hope you liked it in some way. Again, if you've got some questions that you want answered that we haven't answered yet, drop those down in the comments below. We'll save those up, maybe do another one of these, and this let us know if you like this kind of idea as well. So something else to add to the channel. Again, still mostly going to do tool reviews, hopefully do some more Watch Me Works one of these days. I do have the camera at least for it now, I believe, and then we'll do some of this as well. I'm glad that Miss Maintenance is joining me some on the channel.
We're going to assume that people, they do love the tools and the Watch Me Works, but we're going to assume there are some people out there who do care a little bit about your personal life, so we'll give you a little glimpse into some of that stuff every now and then.
And in my opinion, it's just a little bit easier to film even something like this, just to have someone else here talking alongside of you, because if I'm sitting out here trying to somebody would normally ask me this question, and then I got to just sit here and talk to myself the whole entire time, because it's a little hard talking to a camera sometimes versus just talking to somebody. So that's another reason why I think this would be a little bit better ordeal to tackle subjects like this. But hope you guys found it interesting. Again, let us know in the comments below. As always, stay safe. Have a blessed day. We'll see you on the next video.